The NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wild Card Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Ravens and the Dolphins on Sunday Night Primetime.
Playoff fever has immersed South Florida as we are at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Miami Dolphins. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
The third of 3 games to finish up this Sunday. We might save the best for last. And off we go here in the wild card round. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week,
they'll start this drive out on the ground. To speak of, call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. As you see, they have dealt with their fair share of injuries this season. But, Charles, that hasn't stopped them from putting together a very solid campaign, a very good record thus far.
I think a lot of credit has to go internally. Look, we always want to praise the head coach for holding the team together. But to me, it's the guys in the locker room putting on the uniform. Those starters who've stayed healthy, they've welcomed the backups into their ranks and showed them how to get it done. And this team, they've stayed afloat all season doing just that.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Hands it off out of the gun. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Now back to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
They'll set up a throw. Powering forward. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 26. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Short one here, caught by McBride. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 18-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Jones. first points in this wild card game. Looking to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Trey McBride, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins will strike first here this wild card matchup. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. That time a 9-play drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And I have to believe at his age, you savor situations like this because nobody knows better than he does that getting to the playoffs is simply not that easy. This is where he's got to call upon all of his knowledge of all the games he's played in the past, draw from it, and find a way to win a game. Because not only do you want to savor getting there, you also want to have success as well.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play, won or lost.
Mike McDaniel, he's going to ask him to take a closer look at this call, and out comes a challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide, and I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Open man right side is St. Brown. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down. Now's the punter, Jordan Stout. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they're spotted. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Now Jackson on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
It's a gain of 6. And the Ravens first down.
They go play action with Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Now they try the right side here. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of the playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title. So they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Jackson now. A throw taken in by Tylan Wallace. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. To throw is Jackson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back. Here's Jackson to throw. This to Laporta, right side.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But that's this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. But he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides would be thrilled with that.
Miami set to take over. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. The end result, 21 yards.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And this is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Shreds him with his stiff arm. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football. They'll come up 2nd and 7 as they've got it as we resume action. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Patterson's kick is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And they will wrangle them down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Give him 32 on the play.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. That's complete to Laporta. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll toss it out right here to Hall. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there's another 1st down run right there.
They'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Ravens have broken the tie. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And Davis with it left side. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That'll be caught. It's Scott. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw here. Getting the football to Davis on an out route. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
At the Ravens' 39-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Able to get this one to McBride. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw again. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Travis Jones, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Patterson's kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the
and now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 68 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. But not only, Charles, did he beat double coverage to make the catch, and then as soon as he did, locked his gaze upfield and made sure to reach the end zone.
Go grab your dictionary, partner, look up determination, and his picture is going to pop right up. How about him getting through multiple defenders, finding his way through coverage, and making sure he got to the end zone? That's a big-time play right there.
Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Miami's offense set and ready to go. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Looking right sideline. That's complete. Then he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. That's complete to McBride. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's another first down and will be a gain of 21 yards.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
Well, that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another first down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They'll look to throw again. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
They'll set up a throw. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Taking it in for 24 yards out. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Extra point try now for Patterson. And the lead is down to 4. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Zay Flowers and his offense about to begin their next drive. He's delivered a solid performance so far here in the second quarter.
Everything has been good for him, and right now, if you're on defense, you don't want it to go to great. So you have to just change up coverages and looks on him all the time. Press coverage sometimes, back off and play some man, show some zone, double team him, make him really work for each and every catch.
He's hit the end zone once. Maybe there's more in the tank. From the 31, here's 2nd and 5. Play action. Now Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Here's Jordan Stout now.
Jordan Stout in punt formation for the Ravens.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 25-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Scott. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets him a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. 2nd and 1. A short one here, caught by McBride. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. They'll look to throw. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Now 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Now back to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
He'll look to throw. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. They sure went against conventional wisdom, calling a pass on 3rd and inches.
Had to be thinking to themselves, the defense is going to overcommit against the run. Should be an easy pitch and catch. Didn't turn out that way.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's a 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, a run to Hall. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. 49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Baltimore.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This, the last of our 3 games on this Sunday. One more to follow tomorrow night as we wrap up a very exciting 3 days of Super Wild Card Weekend. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville, where you see the final score there. Trevor Lawrence leading the way as his guys pick up win number 14 on the year. Meanwhile, nothing settled in our wild card game. It's a tight one as we get ready for the third quarter. Standing by to take you the rest of the way, let's get it back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. On play action, they'll throw. That is incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. On third down, Jackson. And a Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down and give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. From the 41, here's a 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Scott. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 18. 23 yards to pick up there.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And Davis with it left side. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. They'll look to throw here. Touchdown! From 6 yards away. And the Dolphins have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
They were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Patterson now for the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. A A drive that time of 6 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And the Ravens taking the field. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 2nd down, Jackson, and his throw is going to be incomplete.
That ball was tipped in the air, and while it ultimately fell incomplete, it caused a few anxious moments for the guy slinging it. He's had quite a day. He knows how to get it into the end zone. He's throwing it really, really well. And maybe Lady Luck is on his side because he avoided his first interception of the contest.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Hall. Fancy footwork at the 45. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38. Hall on a give up the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
29-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. This to Laporta, right side. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 19. Jackson. That'll be caught by St. Brown. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talking about how
he'll be hit and taken down at the 21. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They're going to look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the 4th quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
Dolphins offense returning to the field. We've got a close game. The offense has played well, but right now they've got to keep their foot on the gas.
And that carries with it an extra bit of pressure, doesn't it? As much fun as they're having right now, they're locked in, really clicking on all cylinders. They also know that they ever miss a chance to put points on the board, they've actually put their team in jeopardy. And that's not how you want to play the game. It's supposed to be complementary football, offense, defense. But today, it's all offense for them.
Yeah, they've been playing with a sense of urgency. It's probably going to need to continue. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got him in, complete. It's a big play there for Miami. 43 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right to the 36-yard line. Stop there.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That'll be caught. It's Scott. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. 36 yards. And the Dolphins are able to add on to that lead.
When we drop defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Extra point try now for Patterson. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. This taken in right around the goal line. And bulldozing his way through. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
7 catches for him now, and his last one, a first down.
First down, Ravens.
Now it's Jackson. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in. 3rd quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. Again, Jackson. That's to the tight end, Laporta. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. But plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage. Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They're rocking and rolling, but the scoreboard doesn't show a big difference. You know, maybe it's one of those games where coaches say you can't miss your turn on offense.
I like the way you phrased it, especially with that. I love that rocking and rolling because the explosions on offense are happening. So that's going to keep the crowd going. They're loving that. But defensively, they just can't get it together to get the stops they've needed in order to help increase their margin. They've got to find a way, but you're not counting on it. Exactly what you said. Can't miss your turn, can't miss your opportunity.
Yeah, they're going for another opportunity now. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Throwing is Jackson. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game. And he's got a first down. A give running right is Hall. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he can get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. To throw is Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. Now it's Jackson. That is caught. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 36. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Back to the ground with Hall. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Call it a loss of 5, a big save to bring up 3rd down. Play action. Now Jackson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. Can't officially call this a win for them yet, but it's looking good to move on to the divisional round. They'll be on the road, of course, as an underdog. But the age-old question, would you rather have the momentum they're going to have or sitting at home with a bye? I'm sure you'd probably rather have the bye.
Well, you remember that conference call we had before the playoffs started? We were talking with some people in the industry and some of the coaches that are out there. And we kind of posed the same question. You know, if you're coming off of a game like this, you know, and you're taking out a team that had that open week, which way do you want to go? And you remember the answer they gave us? I want the better team. Okay, I get it. But I think there's a lot to having that momentum of having played versus coming off of that layoff, because maybe you start a little bit slower. We see those upsets happen all the time.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll set up a throw. A short one here, caught by McBride. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. Zay Flowers and the Raven offense back onto the field. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good, too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd down and 6. Jackson. That's into the hands of Wallace over the middle. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. They'll run with Hall. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Now that one, an absolute backbreaker. A chance to get back within a score, couldn't do it.
Yeah, that one went begging, as they say, right? There's the opportunity, and it was missed. But all hope's not lost just yet. But, boy, getting back within 1 score would have been a powerful motivator for their defense to take the field with.
Miami set to take over. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way and worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here. Then we'll be back. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps out the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by 13, a minute 44 to go. It's certainly a tough situation on the road, needing 2 scores to stay alive in the playoffs as they come up 1st and 10.
Jackson's pass complete to Sam Laporta. It's a gain of 17
Jackson to throw.
First down.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Dolphins are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The Dolphins getting set to go here. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. Able to go down to a knee, wrap this one up in the wild card round. Being at home, that certainly helped.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Think of it this way. If this is tennis, they held serve. They did what they were supposed to do. Won at home, rewarded their home crowd. They may have to go on the road the rest of the way, but they'll do it with some confidence.
The Dolphins advancing in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaunt. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.